HARTsculture. For us, as a person, as an individual, I understand that I'm a young black woman in the UK. I understand that certain things might be good for others that might not be good for me. And that can include health, and that can include education, that can include nutrition. So the foundation is there to help people, first of all, identify who they are. First of all, what is your background, what is your heritage, and what works for you? And the second thing we do is then support them, whether it's financially, whether it's by counselling, whether it's consultation, and whether it's by just peer support for their businesses, to make sure that their ambitions and their interests are best served. A perfect example of that is a program that we basically funded for Zambia. It was young Zambian ladies who wanted to know more about their culture. And when it comes to marriage, because they've been brought up in the UK, they didn't know how it was to serve their husbands, as it were, in the traditional culture of their families. It's not something they wanted to let go, but it just so happened because of the environment and because of the situation, as it were, economically, socially, and the kind of education that's available to them. So a lot of the stuff that we do at HARTsculture is we're providing opportunities for people in the diaspora to connect with culture, whether it's Afro-Caribbean, whether it's African, whether it's traditional, whether it's tribal. We have a lot of traditional leaders that support HARTsculture, a lot of chieftains, and a lot of spiritual sort of team leaders as well, and a lot of sort of pastors, a lot of counsellors as well. So we're here as a foundation basically to feed the heart, the mind, the body, and the soul. And HARTsmart, again, a program like this is the reason why we want to sponsor it. Because I'm sure you'll agree that when you come away from something like this, a very powerful talk, which I'm sure Ian's going to deliver in a minute, is an education as to how our bodies are reacting to our environments. And it all boils down to an education. The last thing I'd like to leave you with, because I'm speaking in cultural terms, is we are in an interesting period at the moment. We're going through a lot of changes and we're going through a lot of kind of movement, you can say. Can everybody agree that? Would you say that's true? And I think a lot of people are sort of not confused, but they might be a bit optimistic about what the future's going to hold for them. Young people are losing jobs. The young people are paying astronomical rates for university. Has anybody here got young children that's about to apply, young people that want to apply for university? Or young children that obviously prospectively are going to be going into university? These are all issues that we have to address as a community. Who is going to be teaching our children? Who's going to be delivering the programs, and where is it going to lead them? Is it going to lead to jobs and employment? So I'd like you to go online at some point and take a look a bit about this concept. It's called Return of the Golden Race, and it's a myth and a legend in culture, and it dates right back to ancient Nubia, that says at the end of the cycle, which is 5,500 years, it will get to a point where the people of those diasporas will hopefully, likely, energetically be more open to new ideas and will be serving their best interest. And it's a very interesting concept because it talks about the return of the men of wisdom. And this is exactly what Sirius here is talking about, our health and serving us as our bodies, as temples. It's exactly what Ian's going to explain to you about being smart enough to make the decision to say, I'm going to choose food that's going to give me nutrients and not going to give me mass. So I would say if you can go online and search for Return of the Golden Race or Return of the Golden Era or anything to do with that, I'm sure you'll find some really inspirational material about aspiring and achievement in the diaspora. Okay, thank you very much, guys.